Hello guys and welcome back to the Man United Fan Stand, and today, I have got a special guest on Dad's a Football Stand with me today. So, and today, we will be debating about who should be Manchester United manager. Should Jose Mourinho stay? Should it be Zidane or should it be Pochettino? We will be debating about who should be Manchester United manager. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, out of those two, hold on, let me try and turn this down a second. Right, out of the two names that have been mentioned, Pochettino I would not want, because I think his style of play is miles worse than Billy Joseph Mourinho's. He's boring, and he's manager of bloody crappy Spurs, so why would we want him? Wins nothing, bottles all the finals and stuff. So, he wouldn't be welcome at all. Would never want him. Zidane, it's a different one when it comes to sending Zidane, because he's very good. Yeah, he's very good. Obviously, good style of play. He's been manager of Real Madrid. He knows how to win titles. He knows how to win, competitions and stuff here and there. So, Zidane would be the manager that I would take out of it. But first of all, I don't think we'll need either of them, because I don't think Jose Mourinho will get sacked.
Well, as I keep on saying, I want to give Jose Mourinho a chance up until Christmas, because I like Jose Mourinho, and for me, it's a definite no to Poch. I don't want Pochettino. I don't think his tactic will work with us or anything, to be honest. So I don't think he will work with us. Hello, it's Ryan, and hello, Rashford. So I don't think Poch's tactic will work with us very well. So I think it's a no to him.
I think he might be in an echoey room.
We'll just have to see what happens with Poch and stuff, but I would definitely prefer Zidane over Pochettino.
Yeah,
100%. What's your overall thoughts on Poch then? Because you did say, he bottles the finals up and everything, and I just don't think his transfer tactic will work with us.
His transfer tactics and stuff are a lot worse. He signed nobody at all in this transfer window. Now we signed 2 players. Or 3 players, should I say? Who all, apart from Fred, have pretty good talent. Fred's the only one who has good talent at the minute. But that's because we've seen him play. We haven't seen any Grant play in goal. We've never seen Dalot play, so it's a bit early to tell. But I think, we've made a lot more signs than Spurs have, so, Pochettino, I would never take.
I agree, but the thing is that, I think the thing is about Poch is that, his transfer tactic would definitely not work with us, because we're a club which needs players. It says Mourinho is a manager full of excuses, which makes them look stupid most of the time. I agree. I definitely agree.
It doesn't matter what manager you have. All managers have excuses. They come up with any excuse to try and blame the players. That's exactly what they do. And half the time, there's a lot of managers in the Premier League, especially, who get sacked too early. And I think a lot of the time, it's not mainly the manager's fault. I think it's 50-50. I think it's mainly the players' responsibility as well. If the players don't play well for you, then there's nothing you can do as a manager. You just have to give them a good kick up the butt and tell them that they need to play a lot better. And obviously, the manager's in charge of getting the tactics right, getting the squad right, getting the fitness and training right, and also getting the correct starting lineup.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that some managers they get sacked quite too quickly, but I think when David Moyes was at Manchester United, he didn't get sacked too quickly. There was time for David Moyes to just go, and we shouldn't have got Moyes in the first place, because David Moyes is one of the reasons why we are literally half ruined. He came in and he ruined some players, and he bought Mourinho Fellaini, which was a joke. What kind of manager out of their right mind would buy Mourinho Fellaini? But the thing is that Moyes liked Fellaini, and Jose Mourinho liked Mourinho Fellaini, so that's how Mourinho Fellaini stayed at Manchester United, because he has a good relationship with Jose Mourinho.
But when you look at Mourinho Fellaini's, stats and stuff.
Yeah.
He scored goals here and there at Everton, and he's done pretty much the same at United. So it's not much difference in them, is he?
Yeah.
Not much different in them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get my hair cut soon.
So.
Yeah, going down to my neck.
So I agree. But Mourinho, he's not Manchester United quality. He just isn't United quality, and he just shouldn't be playing for Manchester United. We've got a load of players who are Manchester United quality. So for me, Darmian out, Fellaini out. There's just a whole load of them. Jones out. There's just a load of players, and there's just a lot. But the thing which annoys me is that I saw something earlier that apparently Raiola, Paul Pogba's agent, could be forcing him out of the club, and we can't afford. I was saying it in an earlier show. We can't afford for Paul Pogba to leave Manchester United because
we can't.
He's too much of an important player to us. Definitely.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at him being captain, and he's obviously supposed to be. He's being named captain for the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you look at when he plays as a captain of the team, he seems to play a lot better. He seems to be a lot stronger, a lot more confident, and he plays with a lot more. He has a lot more strength and courage in him. He plays a lot better under the captaincy role than he does in actual real life.
That's just the thing with most of the players. But the thing is, I was saying it earlier. If Paul Pogba's captain. If Mourinho keeps on playing Paul Pogba as Manchester United captain, I think that means that Paul Pogba, he's got a future ahead of him at Manchester United. But I'm not sure. It's because I'm not sure. It's because I was going to say. So yes. Yeah. What do you want to say?
No. Don't know what more to say.
What are your overall thoughts on? What player do you want to talk about?
Fred.
Okay.
I think Fred will start tomorrow. I'd like to see him start again tomorrow because I think in the game against Leicester City he really surprised me. I thought when he first came onto the pitch and when I first saw him in the starting lineup, I'm like. I think he'll probably do crap. I think the fact that it's only his first ever Premier League start, never played in the Premier League. You compare the Premier League to the Ukrainian League, complete and utter difference. The Premier League's a lot stronger. It's a lot more tougher. It's a lot more exciting. It's tense, and it's got a lot more top quality players and teams. When you look at the Ukrainian league, there's not many teams that are very good in that league, apart from Shakhtar Donetsk, which is obviously the club that he came from, Dnipro, and Dynamo Kiev. They're pretty much the only three teams that are any good in that league. Otherwise, it's just a simple league. It's a bit like, it's a bit like the Japanese league, where there's pretty much next to nothing of talent in any of the teams. So you look at the Premier League, and now he played in the Premier League, first Premier League game of the season, and I thought it was a bit of a big step from the start the actual season off. As in the starting 11, I thought it'd be pretty difficult for him, but it turns out he manages to cope under that sort of pressure, and he did very well. He surprised me, and I think you watch him in the next. I think by the time it gets to the end of October or something, I think he could become a world-class talent.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, he played good. He wasn't amazing, but he was amazing for a debut though at Manchester United, because everyone knows how tough it is to play for Manchester United. And I wasn't expecting him to play well like you, but yeah, in the end he was world class for someone who came from the Ukrainian league and is now playing in the Premier League for like the biggest club in the Premier League, Manchester United. Definitely.
Yeah, and you obviously look at tomorrow's game. Tomorrow's game's not going to be an easy one. I think everyone knows Brighton well. I think everyone knows why Brighton are in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They're in the Premier League for a reason, because they got the results that they needed to stay up. They finished 15th because they got the good results.
Yeah.
Now, will that happen this season? Possibly not. I don't have them. I've not got them as favourites to get relegated. I've got Wolves, Cardiff, and I can't remember his name. Wolves, Cardiff, and West Ham to get relegated. I know it might sound stupid, but that was what my prediction was before the season even started. Now, you look at the way United play, and I know people are saying, you need to get Jose Mourinho, his style of play is crap and stuff, his style of play is pretty boring and stuff.
Yeah.
Who cares how we play in games? With me, now I know I'm obviously a lot different to a lot of the other United fans. United fans are like, we can only win the games if we have a good performance. If we don't have a good performance, we'll lose a game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Now, with me, I know sometimes sometimes the performance can be part of it, but I think as long as we get the 3 points into the day, I really don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Rashford George says McTominay is better than Fellaini. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, McTominay last season, obviously, he's a youngster, obviously young Scottish talent.
Yeah.
I think he was very good. He was very good last season, and obviously, you look at the way he plays. He's very good on the ball. He's going to find it tough. He'll find it tougher this season, but that mainly depends on if he's even going to get played. I would like to see him start more than Fellaini, because I don't think Fellaini's that good. Although he does score goals here and there, but McTominay never scores. McTominay pretty much never scores a goal.
Yeah.
And you compare them both together.
Yeah.
Fellaini scored more goals than McTominay, but McTominay has more talent in him.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in other words, pretty much 50-50.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that Marouane Fellaini is good at really is headering the ball. But also on Fred and stuff. I think he's going to make a really good partnership with Anders Pereira, and I think it's important that Anders Pereira and Fred play in all the matches. That definitely Fred needs to be playing. Because Fred needs to be playing and Pereira needs to be playing, because they are both top class players for Manchester United. But they've still got a long way to go and stuff, because especially Pereira, he's a youngster, but they've still got quite a while left of their career. So and that's good. So I think they'll make a good partnership together. But I think it is gonna. But the thing is, Fred played well in that match against Leicester, but that means we've still got a lot better to see from him, because he played well. So that means I think he's got a lot more left in store for us, like to play well and stuff. So he's got a lot more left in store, and that's a really good sign for a player who is playing well on a debut. Definitely.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at last season, the first game of the season last season, won 4-0 against West Ham United at Old Trafford, and that was Lukaku's debut. Lukaku's debut went better than I think everyone thought.
Yeah.
He got two goals to his name on his debut. Couldn't have asked for a better start. But when it comes to Fred, obviously, I don't see Fred as a big attacker player.
Yeah.
I see him more as a sturdy midfielder. And when you look at the way he played in the first game, and you know, he did do good. He did good. He showed his capability in midfield. But is he the type of midfielder that can score? You know, about at least 10 goals this season.
Yeah.
Possibly not, because we haven't seen much of him. So we can't really be, you know, we can't really judge him that much. You can never really judge a player. You know, you can never judge a player like you can never judge a page back or something like that.
Yeah.
You can never judge a player when you've never seen him play that much. So, yeah, I'd be interested to see how he does tomorrow. I'd like to see him in starting lineup. And you know, I think that the more times he's in the starting lineup, the more his confidence is going to rise and rise.
Yeah. Radford says Fred will replace by Pereira when Herrera or Matic are back. Yeah, I think
that's one thing I don't want to see.
Yeah, I think Matic deserves game time, but I'm not sure because I want Fred to play.
Well off.
I want Fred to play, and I want Pereira to play. I want Matic to play though, but for me, Anders Herrera isn't a player who we should witness playing game time. I don't really. For me, I don't think we should be playing under Herrera anyway. Though I think he should just be. I think he should just be a backup centre midfielder, definitely. But I'm not sure who to play. Who to play Matic over, Pereira or Fred? That would be a hard one to pick.
Well,
I think Paul Pogba, he's definitely going to get the space. So
Paul Pogba, I think, will probably be captain the whole season. I think he'll be captain for the whole season because when he's captain, all he does is improve.
Yeah. And we need that.
It's a pretty difficult question, you know, to answer. Should Matic replace, you know, Pereira or Fred?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, when does he return?
I'm not sure, really.
I think it won't be that long.
I don't know. I just think we have to let Fred develop, and then we'll see from there. Because you never know, Matic might not be back for a while, and then Fred will keep on developing, and then one day he'll be better than the man in Matic. But Mourinho likes Matic over Fred, definitely. He prefers him to Fred. So I think Matic is going to get the game time. But for me, if I was manager, I don't know who I would choose to play. Fred or Matic?
You know,
that is a tough question.
Well, like I said, I've always said this about any team when someone comes back from injury. If he comes back from injury and you want to get him in the starting 11, do not put him in the actual squad.
Yeah.
You know, till at least 2 games after he's come back, so that so that he can get his fitness back up, and then he'll be ready. I think after just 2 games, 2 games while playing. I think though, it is hard to pick whether Pereira or Fred would be replaced by Matic. Now, to be truthfully honest, I see a lot of talent in Andreas Pereira.
Yeah.
But is he better than Matic? No.
I
don't think he's as good as Matic.
Exactly.
Fred could be a possibility for being, Fred could possibly be replaced by Matic because, no one's expecting Fred to start every single game this season. So I think, I think he'll start a couple of games, and I think, a lot of the games will come on from the bench and stuff. But I see Nemanja Matic as, a substitute in a lot of the games. He just comes on the pitch for Fred or someone. And I do know that our defence just need to sharpen up a lot more. But as I said, there's another 38 games left, but I would like us to try and improve before. I'd like us to have all, got used to the game and stuff, and got improvements and stuff improved by, I'd say, end of October time. Because November, I think, because I think we have Liverpool. I know we have Chelsea in one of them.
Yeah.
Like I say, you've got a couple of difficult games coming up. Not certain wins. A lot of them are expecting us to be made.
I'm losing you a
not
bit.
ones. You've got Brighton tomorrow. Brighton tomorrow's definitely.
I'm losing you.
Certain. You never know Brighton because they're not mugs, neither. They're not mugs in the Premier League. What is it?
Yeah. I think I'm losing you a bit.
What were you saying there?
Oh right. So yeah. Also about Nemanja Matic, like if he comes back from injury and not put him in the starting lineup, it kind of depends with how we're playing and stuff, and it depends like if Fred's not playing well and and then we got a load of centre midfields injured, then I would play Matic over Fred if Fred's not playing well and we haven't got any other centre midfielders. I would put Nemanja Matic in, but I think Nemanja Matic is a player who we can trust and put in the. I think Nemanja Matic is a player who we can trust and we can put him in the starting 11 no matter what because he's got enough quality. We can. He's a player who we can put in the team no matter what. Refrigerator says, just look. Lots of the players are better than Herrera, and they are on the bench. He should not start. Yeah, Herrera shouldn't start. Herrera shouldn't start. But I think Pereira should be playing over Herrera. What's your thoughts? Do you think Pereira should be playing over Herrera? Because I think, without a shadow of a doubt, Pereira is better than Herrera. But Pereira, he's still got a whole career ahead of him, though, which is good. Mm-hmm. So, that's good. So he's still got a whole career ahead of him. One day, you never know, he could be one of the best players in the world.
Well, Andreas Pereira obviously does have some good talent in them.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have. I don't think he has enough experience in the Premier League. Because obviously the last game he didn't show that he had that much experience in the Premier League. He just, just played like he played. It was like. It was hard to say from him. We haven't seen him play for goodness knows how long.
Yeah.
And he very rarely plays in the Premier League. So I think. I'd say Pereira's better than Andrew Herrera, but with Premier League experience wise, I would prefer Andrew Herrera because he's got more Premier League experience, and he shows that he can do the job. He can do the job properly with the Premier League. So he knows all the teams and the talent that we'll be up against. He's had so much experience. Pereira's had pretty much little experience. It's like. He's had more experience than Fred, but not much. Not much more.
But I've got to say, no matter what, Pereira's better than Fred. Pereira's better than Herrera. But Herrera's a player who I would recommend. He is one of my top favourites to be Manchester United captain. But the thing is he doesn't have enough game time. I got a comment in earlier show saying, Anders Herrera, he makes a really good captain, but he doesn't have enough game time to be Manchester United captain. But I kind of think Herrera needs a bit of game time because Herrera is an important player. But sometimes like when Herrera is playing, I'm not that happy. But he plays well in all of his matches. Herrera, I've noticed like whenever Ander Herrera plays, he's never rubbish. He's never rubbish. And he's got passion for Manchester United. Herrera's a player who's got passion, definitely. But yeah.
Well,
I think he should be captain. He's one of my favourites.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, a lot of people will be, there's a lot. It's difficult decisions to make with it being United players. A lot of United fans would say that they'd rather go for talent over experience, but I'm the opposite way around. I prefer to play players who have a lot of Premier League experience. Don't care if they've got any good talent or not, but I would play the experienced players a lot more.
I think that's what Mourinho would do because I think that's what Mourinho would definitely do. He plays experienced players over youngsters and stuff, doesn't he? But the thing is, it annoys me that Mourinho doesn't like playing youngsters. But I agree. I think it is kind of better that we play more experienced players, but half of me thinks it's better that we play youngsters. But I think the more experienced players are more important, though, definitely. Because we need experienced players to play over youngsters. Because after all, we are Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, and we have to be keeping we need to keep on playing well and stuff, and we can't slip. So I agree. I think the more experienced players are more important than the youngsters. Definitely, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've just put something in the comment section, the live chat down there.
Yeah.
Just trying to see what people would say in there, but nothing's come through.
Yeah.
I put yes or no for Rashford as a centre forward / striker, and I'll tell you my answer in a bit once I've got at least an answer or something of someone in the live chat.
Okay, I'll tell you. I don't even
know if there's anyone in it. But,
I'll tell you. I'm saying yes. I think Marcus Rashford, he's a youngster, and I think he's a youngster who deserves game time. Definitely. Rashford's a youngster who we need to be playing at Manchester United. So yeah, I would recommend Rashford playing centre striker. Definitely. I think Rashford needs to be playing as centre striker for Manchester United because Rashford's good at scoring goals. He is, and I think it's important that he's part of the Manchester United squad. And I've always wanted him to be playing. And I've always been saying when he wasn't playing last season, Marcus Rashford, he needs game time. And I think he needs to be centre striker. And I'm sure he'll be really good at centre striker, backing up Lukaku, because I think Rashford and Lukaku both work well together. Definitely.
Rashford Joel says yes. What?
Rashford Joel says.
Well.
He should be playing. He definitely should be playing over. He definitely should be playing over Mata as backup striker, as centre striker, definitely. But what are your thoughts on Martial? What are your thoughts on Anthony Martial having his game time and stuff? Because I think Martial's a player who needs game time.
Martial's not going to get game time as it stands because Sanchez is obviously better than him. According to Joe from Mourinho, Sanchez has a better relationship with Jose and Sanchez, and then obviously Martial. I think Martial's going to end up getting sold in the next transfer window because, with what happened and from what I was told, this pretty fine for him going to see the birth of his child apparently happened, and apparently it was official. It did happen. Yeah. So it's stupid. And there was no way that anyone, if it was me, right? Yeah. I couldn't give a crap whether I was in a bloody US2 or anything, representing Manchester United.
Yeah.
If I had a bit, but this will never happen, to be honest with you, I don't think. But if I was Martial and there was a baby coming, I would certainly say, right, I'm gonna have to leave because we've got a baby due any time, and I need to head to Paris.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho and United should be fine with it.
Yeah,
it shouldn't matter.
I thought that was totally wrong.
You cannot, and I mean it's actually illegal.
Yeah.
To actually find someone because they went to see the birth of their child.
I know, and it was only pre-season.
Permission or not.
I know, and it was only pre-season, and guess what? Martial didn't even play against Bayern Munich. It's totally wrong, but
Bayern was going to be.
Do you think, Zidane and Pochettino, do you think they would give Martial the game time? And do you think that... do you think that they would have let that incident happen, like Mourinho made Martial come back? Because I don't think that they would have done that, and I think that I'm not sure if they'll give him game time. Hopefully they would. I think Pochettino would. I'm not sure about Zidane though. What are your thoughts?
Well, Zidane probably would, because Zidane has a good relationship with Martial.
Yeah.
French, obviously.
Oh yeah, yes.
Well, as I was saying, you can't fine someone for going to see the birth of their child. You can't fine them £180,000 at least, because you're, it's human rights. You're breaking that part of the law. You have to allow people to have human rights.
Yeah.
And United are just breaking the law and doing stuff illegally doing that. Yeah. I think it's wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if Martial left, because I would not be surprised one bit. Yeah. And I think it would definitely tell United. That would definitely give United a bit of a telling off.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid from what they did.
Yeah.
Martial.
Rafa Draw says Martial should start against Brighton. I think he should. But who would you replace him over though? I would replace him over Sanchez. I don't think Sanchez should play. Because against Leicester, we saw he was a joke against Leicester. I think Martial should replace Alexis Sanchez against Brighton, definitely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you never know with Manchester United these days. Obviously,
Martial is a player who wants game time, though. He wants it. He wants to play for Manchester United and he wants the game time. But why isn't Mourinho giving it to him? Because it's wrong. Martial's a player who needs to play. But when Jose Mourinho, he's came into Manchester United, and for me, he has ruined Martial. He was good when Van Gaal was at Manchester United, but since Mourinho's came, he has literally ruined Martial. But Martial, he's still Manchester United quality, and I think he's still a player that deserves game time. He hasn't fully ruined him, but he's kind of ruined him a bit, though. But I want him to have game time. Yeah.
I mean, I'm even in you. Sanchez is absent against Brighton.
Don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he is absent.
If he is, then it's good, because that means Martial will start.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, Jose Mourinho decides to be cocky and goes for 4-4-2.
He can't do that. He can't.
Because I think what Jose is going to do is just going to be an absolute nutter all the time and just do.
But we know how good Brighton are. Brighton are a team who are really good on the break, though, and I think our four defenders should be Luke Shaw, Eric Bailey, Victor Lindelof, and Antonio Valencia. I think it should be them. And if Jones or Chris Smalling are playing, I think we're messed up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'm going to end the stream in a sec. Is there anything else you want to point out?
Well, I think tomorrow, obviously, I think everyone knows that Brighton are no mugs. They're no mugs when it comes to their football. And I think we're going to have to watch out, especially with the counter-attacks.
Yeah.
Make one mistake against them, and I think we're doomed.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I don't think we'll lose. My prediction.
And that's how their goal came last time, I think. Rafa Jora says, do you think Jose and Martial have a good relationship? No, we know. No, we know we don't. They don't have a good relationship.
They don't have a relationship.
they don't.
I was going to say, I think, I think my prediction is going to be 2-0. I think we'll win comfortably. And I think Brighton will get stuffed.
Yeah, I think my two goal scorers who I think are going to be Pogba and Lukaku. I think Lukaku needs to play as well.
Oh well, I've gone for the same. I've gone for the same lineup, apart from Rashford and Darmian to be taken out and put Valencia and Lukaku on. I haven't mentioned Martial.
Yeah.
That was my predicted lineup. I didn't put Martial in it.
Yeah.
I don't think Martial's going to get any game time this season.
He needs to, otherwise Mourinho's got to go. He needs game time at Manchester United.
I don't see why Mourinho has to go just because of one player.
That is true. If we don't have a good season, and if we and if he don't give Martial game time, but the thing is that I think it's just that I think Martial's a key player to us. That's why I think he might go. It's not because if he doesn't play him. I think it's because if he doesn't play him, then I think we're going to be in trouble because Martial's a player who needs game time in Manchester United and he's a key player to us. So, yeah. What is that? So yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream now.
3-1. Yeah, my prediction's 2-0.
Yeah.
I don't think Brighton have a single chance.
Yeah, Rashford Joe says 3-1. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end the stream now then. Watch along tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Join me, I think, at 3 o'clock tomorrow. 3 o'clock tomorrow. Join me for Brighton versus Manchester United. Live stream.
What time to kick off?
Pardon? Kick off.
What time to kick off?
So, Kick-off is 4.
Why do you start an hour early?
I just like doing that for some reason.
At least you're not as bad as the United stand who start an hour and a half before kick-off. No, I tend to do it about 5-10 minutes before the game starts, and I can do the lineup and do the what my thoughts on the game will be and that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I think doing it an hour would be too much for me.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream. I'll speak to you all at 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock tomorrow for Brighton versus Manchester United live stream. Watch along. Thanks for coming on, Dazza.
No problem.
Yeah, speak to you all soon, guys. I'll speak to you all tomorrow at 3 o'clock for Brighton versus Manchester United live stream.